Now, by 1822, he had more than 267 slaves. Now, Thomas Jefferson's relationships and things that happened in Monticello are something you cannot forget about Thomas Jefferson. Philadelphia Magazine even said that he fathered children with some of his slaves. And that brings you to Sally Hemings, one of Thomas Jefferson's slaves, who was a half-sister to Martha, who was Thomas Jefferson's wife. Sally Hemings, who was only 14 at the time, was brought to France with Thomas Jefferson, along with Thomas Jefferson's oldest daughter. He was the ambassador to France at the time, and while he was there, he was known to have forced himself onto her and have multiple children with her, according to White House and History.com. Now I want to talk to you about the problems that happened at Monticello. Certain families were beaten less or punished less due to their standings with Thomas Jefferson, according to Monticello.org. And also according to them, to show power over his slaves, he decided to add a Chinese gong so the gong could be heard all over his farm. And after his death, families of his estate were known to have split apart due to his debt of over $107,000. And those travesties helped tarnish the look of Thomas Jefferson as a good man and president. Now, Thomas Jefferson is known to be a good person, but that is known as the false conscious effect, which means that you overestimate the goodwill and values of both you and yourself, such as Thomas Jefferson being a good man. He thought that things that were be able to be done in France couldn't be done here. Now, that is known as one of Thomas Jefferson's many, many double standards. One of the biggest and easiest to tell is when he was the second ambassador to France, he wrote about slavery needing to end. Yet, when he made it back to America, he decided not to free a single one of his 600 slaves, according to Monticello.org. Philadelphia Magazine says that he took a dying man's money who he